Good morning and welcome back to KeepMovin with the Senior Center. I'm Amy Beck and I'm the Director of Senior Services at the Senior Center in Hopkinton. And many of you know that the Senior Center still is not quite open to the public, although we are here ready to help you and work with you. We have any number of exciting virtual programs, whether it's exercise, informational. We have some great programs that we want to share with you. And I know for some of you, the technology you may not have in hand to join us by Zoom or any of the others, but please know that you can still connect with us by phone. And so if there's a program that you're interested in that you can't get to see, at least you could listen to it. And we want to hear from you. So again, if you have anything and you need to get in touch with us at the Senior Center, please give us a call at 508-497-9730. And as you all know, we send out our monthly newsletter. The February one is just about ready to go in the mail, and you should be getting that soon. But this morning, we've got a really great show for you. And I know there's a question on everyone's minds these days about the COVID vaccine. And so I have been really lucky to get Sean McAuliffe to hop out of meetings and join us this morning to kind of give everyone the update on what's happening. I know it's on everybody's mind. Sean, good morning.
Good morning.
So what can you tell us today? I think you've got some news for us.
Yes, we have some good news. First off, the vaccination process, it's not an easy process. We had to build a plan, and all health departments have a dispensing plan that they have to build, maintain, test on. They have annual requirements that they have to meet. So when Casey came on board, the public health nurse, that was one of her first projects, is to get our plan up to date, to reactivate our medical reserve corps. So we've practiced, we ran the flu vaccine clinics in your parking lot. We ran them outside to demonstrate that we could run a vaccination clinic. The state came through one of our clinics to verify that we could run programs competently and in accordance with the state protocols. And so we met all of those requirements. We submitted our small mountain of paperwork to get approved for the COVID vaccination clinics. And after a lot of pushing and just nudging people, we finally got word yesterday that we've been approved to start operating a clinic in Hopkinton. So,
which is excellent news.
Which is huge, because some part of it is kind of a selfish. It's a selfish reason to want to do this for Casey and I, because we've been involved with case management and all of this work all year, and to not be able to participate in a program that basically helps prevent illness was something that was really weighing on us, because this is what you work for. This is part of our job. It's an annual requirement for us, and when we have an opportunity to actually put these plans in a place, it's a big thing. So for us, it was like, if I had a champagne at this fire department, I would have popped it. So then, Casey had a phone call with the state. We submitted an order, and right now we're just waiting, because as if you've been watching the news, you realize you may have heard that the state had received their allocation from the federal government. What we believed that we had in reserve, that might not all be there. So the state is trying to control. They've got a very, as they call it, a very deliberate process. So what they're trying to do is make sure that everybody that has received their initial vaccine as part of phase 1 has a dose set aside so that they can get their second vaccine. They're trying to stand up these larger mass vaccination clinics where they're going to get the largest bang for their buck before they focus on, these smaller, municipal or just local clinics. So that said, we have an order in. We're just waiting to see what they allocate for us. Our instruction from the state is that we are to focus first on getting the first people that are in that phase 1 group. So front-facing COVID. Right now, it's like nurses. It's most of our first responders, or if not all of our first responders, are done. But it's focusing on people that are providing in-home services, that are non-affiliated doctors. And once we kind of clean that up in Hopkinton, we will receive a notification from the state that we are permitted to proceed to that next level. And then, and seniors are in that phase 2 group. And then we'll be working closely with you, Amy, and to get people enrolled and scheduled for vaccine, and we'll likely be holding the clinics at the senior center. Some might be held down at the senior housing complex next door, but those are going to be our priorities. And we've been, so we're just really excited to be able to get this going.
So the real message right now is wait. Something is coming. We don't have any concrete news as to when and how and where and all of the questions that people are asking, but that something is coming, and finger crossed sooner than later.
Right. So, and there's no list to get on. There's nothing, calling the health department or calling you, Amy. Mm-hmm. We can't provide any. We can't help you get on a list. Because it doesn't exist. Like, I don't know how much vaccine I'm going to get. So until I know what I'm getting allocated, I can't set up a clinic. So it's, in the way that this is going to work is we will provide for certain clinics, we will publicize a link that people will click on. They'll be able to enter in their information, and then that'll be your registration. And then it's a very simple process. Once you get that in, it helps eliminate the need to bring a lot of extra paperwork to the event. It's basically, you'll have one attestation that you'll hold. You'll have to bring your license in, but then you'll go through the kind of the welcome or registration process, which will be about, maybe less than a minute. You'll proceed to a queuing station where we'll ask you a simple question, much like we do in the flu clinic. It'll run basically just like our flu clinics. Well, you'll have paperwork. You'll be asked a series of questions. You'll get your shot, but in this case, you'll have to wait. If you have had a history of reactions to a vaccine, you'll have to wait up to 30 minutes. If you haven't ever had a history of having a reaction to a vaccine, you'll have to wait just 15 minutes. But we ran the first responders program. We got, I think, a little more than 430 people processed in want to say 3-hour periods, and it worked well. So I'm really looking forward to just getting this going, and then being able to take care of the seniors and just the residents in town.
So you did mention being able to do it online. For those of you who may not be able to access it online, are they still able to call the health department and do it with someone there who would help them put it through, or how's that?
We're actually working on 2 registrations. So it's the registration stream that'll accommodate those residents that don't have access. And then there's a third group that we are, working with the fire chief to put together a plan where, for those that are homebound, that they will be able to participate. It may be that we come to your home. So our goal is to not leave anybody out, to basically take care of all of those, equitably within the community, and that's just a logistical issue that we have to take care of. But I'll tell you that I worked with the chief to help build out the Westboro process. I wasn't as a planner and as a health director, I wasn't part of that plan to get vaccinated. But when I arrived to walk the process and check to make sure that everything was working on our end, I had an opportunity to get the vaccine. So, like those that don't have access to the internet, or can't fill out this paperwork remotely, there is a process, and I was able to fill out the paperwork right there on the spot, and then get into queue, and then receive my first dose. So that's the process that we're working. But what we don't want is, we want to make sure that it's done orderly. We don't want to set up these unreasonable expectations where, we're going to have, 500 people in queue for 5 doses. We want to make sure that this is well organized, that we're not putting anybody at risk, that we're not causing any inconvenience to the community. So we're being very deliberate about setting up a process that is, again, equitable, that is quick, that we're being really mindful of your time, and most of all, we're making sure that we're staying compliant with the existing COVID restrictions as to occupancy, to social distancing, and then we'll be making sure that everybody that is participating will be following the face covering guidelines. So.
Great, Sean, that is great news. And like I said, the big thing, the big message is it's coming. We just don't know yet exactly when, but There will be information put out to you when it arrives.
Right. And we'll be working with the communications team internally. We're working with the state, and we'll be, much like this, the state is providing weekly updates. We'll be providing weekly updates to let people know how we're proceeding. And what I do recommend is people become familiar with the vaccination process, and the state has a really good vaccination website. I'll provide you a link, but if you have a computer, you could Google mass COVID-19 vaccination program, and that'll bring you to the vaccination website where you can look at, where we stand in the phases. The state is updating their website every Tuesday and Thursday. Today, I think today, our little star is going to go up for our location. It'll list the center school, not the senior center, but
we'll let you know if when that changes.
No, yeah, because there'll be some, like I said, there'll be some changes. And this is our clinic is going to flow from, 1 week it'll be listed at the senior center. The next it might be listed at the center school, and then it might migrate up to the public school as we start vaccinating the school teachers in the latter part of phase 2. So, what we're just asking is people to be patient, people to just stay tuned, and we'll get this done as safely and efficiently as we can.
Great. Well, Sean, thank you so much. I hope this answers a lot of questions. I know there's always going to be more questions. I have to say that in the camera right now, you had this halo effect on your head.
Yeah,
so
that wasn't planned.
So again, thank you for all that you're doing for your community, and we will have you back again, I'm sure. So thanks a lot, Sean.
You're welcome. All right. Take care.
Take care.
Bye.
So this morning, we also have a really interesting guest with us today. We have Sarah Keeley. Sarah is a private nutrition practice in town and is currently seeing patients and clients for telehealth appointments. She's a Hopkinton resident, and she has a special interest in working with people with food intolerances, about diet, allergies, sport nutrition. And she's going to be doing a program with us coming up in February. It is called Healthy Shopping on a Budget. So she believes that making the most of every bite, providing the tools to help you make the best food and lifestyle choices, maximizing your health and well-being. So good morning, Sarah.
Hi, Amy. Thank you for having me. And so what I want to do is just talk a little bit about the program that I'm doing. And I'm actually not only going to be talking about just shopping on a budget, but also introducing that the whole concept of nutrition as we age, that there are some really important issues. The fact that as we age, we're moving less, we have less muscle mass, so we require fewer calories. So how it's so important for the nutrients that we do eat, that those be really nutrient dense. So really strategizing on choosing the right foods. And then we're going to go into budget shopping, and I did some fun videos while I was in the grocery store. I'm a big budget shopper myself, and some of my tips and tricks and strategies when I'm in the grocery store, and how to really focus on the protein and the produce and the healthy fruits and vegetables and those sorts of things. And then the third theme is minimizing food waste and how to store food. So when we shop, choosing those vegetables and fruits that tend to last longer, really looking at expiration dates, making sure we pay attention to what's in our fridge and not letting things languish in the back, and those sorts of things.
So that's going to be a really robust program, people. So make sure you come. And, if you have questions ahead of time, I know Sarah would love to have them, so she's prepared to answer them, but you will be able to ask questions, I'm sure, that day. We put her on the spot if things come to us during the program. Is that correct, Sarah? You'll be happy to answer a few questions?
Absolutely. But the program is now in the works. I'm putting it together. So I'm very happy to entertain people's requests. So if anyone wants me to really focus on certain areas, I'm happy to do that.
So great. Well, I know we're really looking forward to this Sarah, we have people who may not be able to come on and visually see the program, but in your eyes, I'm sure, and this is what I keep telling people, you can still listen in, and we'd love to have you be a part of it. So definitely, if you're interested in the program, give the Senior Center a call. We will send out the contact information the day of the program so that you'll be able to log in or phone in.
Great. Thank you.
So, Sarah, is there anything special? One little teaser? Can you give me a teaser of something that would be great to see or know in the grocery store? I love grocery shopping, believe it or not. I hate other shopping, but I love grocery shopping.
Yes. Well, one little tidbit is, and I'm sure a lot of us know this, but really focusing on getting the store brand. If you've tried the generic store brand, a lot of times the stores hire the brand name manufacturers to make their store brands. So trying out some of those different store brands, you can really save some money. I'd say 25 some percent. For
Really?
instance, almond milk. I buy the Market Basket and the Walmart almond milk. So those are good. And another teaser would be Market Basket specifically has a produce, day-old produce section. And if you're going to be using that produce soon, let's say in a couple of days, it's good to go and really touch and feel that produce and see whether it's worth buying that. Because sometimes it's really tired, but other times it's really worthwhile, and you can get a real bargain, half price or even less. Lemons, tomatoes, all sorts of things.
Well, that's good to know. That's really good to know. I have to admit, I don't always go to the store brands, but I guess I'll have to start trying those.
Good idea. Yeah, really save some money.
Great. And let me ask you, so if people do have a question that they would like to ask, what's the best way to get that to you?
You can email me, and I don't know if you do show notes after this or if you can post on your website. SW Keeley, KEELEY at nutritionbysarahk.com. And I also have a website, nutritionbysarahk.com, and I have ways to reach out to me that
And
way.
also, if you have a question that you can't get through that way, please give us a call at the Senior Center and we can pass it along to Sarah. So
That's a great idea.
there are multiple ways to get in touch. And if you have a specific question, but otherwise bring your question to the program and hopefully she will have answered it in the program. And if not, we'll put her on the spot and get her then.
Great. Thank you so much.
Anything else, Sarah? I mean, is there anything special else that is that we could just maybe tease them with?
I think some of the challenges of COVID and delivery, I was thinking we could go into that a little bit, and some of the ways that some of the good services that are out there. I plan to research. I myself am going to the store, but I know there are a number of people who are not comfortable doing that, and reviewing the different services that are out there.
Well, Sarah, that's really important. I know for myself, I have just started doing some Instacart. I have been doing the grocery shopping, and lately, due to time, I've actually done some pickup and I've done some delivery through other places. And that is not only a game changer as far as time, but you do not have that exposure. So that would be great to hit on. So Sarah, I'm looking forward to the program in February.
Me too.
And everyone, again, check your newsletter. This is January's, but February is in the works. It's on its way to you. And, we do have other programs listed in there that we hope you take advantage of. But Sarah, looking forward to February. Thank you.
Yes, very much. Thank you for having me.
So, I think the other part is we have people at the Senior Center who want to say hi to you. And I think I see someone waiting now to come on. I think I have Judy is here. I'm sure she'd love to say hello to everybody. Let's see if we can get her in here. But while I'm waiting, I did want to remind you all, next Friday, we have a Zoom program that's called Creating Your Psychological First Aid Kit for Surviving the Coronavirus. Long title, sounds like a really important thing to think about. It is hard. We are going on a year right now, and it's been a challenging year to connect with everyone and to stay safe, but don't tire. As Sean said earlier, the vaccine is coming. When it'll get here, we're not exactly sure, but we will be in touch as far as what's happening. And our February newsletter also has some interesting information. We have Sarah's program, February 26th. It's a Friday. And we also have, we've had her here before, but Ren Antonowitz is going to be coming in, and she's going to do swinging 60s. So it's the style of the 60s. And, you know, I hope you all can join us for that as well. Sorry about that. Lost my place. So, you know, I usually start off this program with a question, and I guess since Sarah's still here, maybe I'll hit her up with this one. I'm waiting for Judy, but what is your plan for the new year? Putting you on the spot. Do you have a plan for the new year?
Oh boy. Setting goals to make new challenges for myself and learn new things and constantly be learning as a way to trigger areas of my brain that I'm not normally using. So it's stepping outside of my comfort zone.
Oh, that's big. You know, last year I made a goal to read 2 books a month because I found I was just not engaging myself in that way. And I made it and went past it, which I'm really thrilled about. So this year I made that one a little bit bigger. But the other one that I've added on to is just really trying to get outside every day. And, you know, whether it's for a big walk or a little one, you know, just get moving. And so keep moving with the senior center. I'm trying to do it with my own life as well. So we, you know, you all do that. It looks like we're coming to the end of the time here, folks. So I'm sorry. I guess we missed Judy. I don't know what happened with her. But, you know, I do want to say that while the doors of the senior center are not yet open, please remember we're still here for you, and we're still here to answer questions, to bring programs, to help you in any way we can. And so give us a call. Again, at the senior center, it's 508-497-9730. And, you know, keep moving, keep active, but remember, it's still need to wear those masks. We still need to socially distance. We still have to do good hand sanitizing. But with all of that, we can still keep moving and get active. And so think about it. I'd love to hear from you next week. What is your plan for the new year? Everyone have a great week.
Thank you, Amy.